Yeah! Welcome back, everybody. I'm JDeMonkey. We're back here in DayZ 1.10, and we're talking about the hotfix 1 that just came out on all platforms, and I'm also here with some cows. Hey, buddy. We're on the Xbox Series X. This is version 1.10. 153.598, and to show that we're on the Xbox, you can check it out. I should get away from these cows. Okay, buddy. Oh, now he's scared. Okay, that's fine. We'll go head towards Sobo or whatever it's called. Okay, so yes, the hotfix 1 is now out on all platforms. The PlayStation, the Xbox, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X and Series S, and the PC. I think we got them all. Xbox One and the PS4. Yes, all the platforms. So what it ushered in, well, okay, so we've been dealing with a litany of things here. I know there's been some server-side update too, so we'll see if that fixes overall performance issues that we've had. Looks like base decay is back, just from things that we've observed. Ooh, I'm taking this jacket. We are unofficial too, so of course. I'm going to pick that up because loot, my dude. Oh yeah, dude, look at this. We're rich. Okay, so we're going to go over some of the changes and maybe what to expect and some of the gotchas that we've run into during our excursions over on Xbox and PlayStation official servers, because that's pretty much all we play on. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you're doing the update, make sure when you do the update you do a full restart on either your PlayStation or your Xbox. That involves holding your holding your power button down for at least 10 seconds and then cycling the power back on. That usually does it. If you're having issues with that, you can always unplug, wait 10 seconds, and then plug back in. That usually does the trick too. And then once you finish your updates, you do have to restart the console in order for sometimes the server list to show up. I know that's been a fix in the past, and so if you're not seeing the server list, that's probably why. Okay. Oh yeah, and another quick thing, because we get this question quite a bit. If you're playing, or you're planning on getting the PS5 or the Xbox Series X or S, it is the same account you had before when you're playing on PlayStation or Xbox. Everything transfers over. This is essentially a backwards compatible run of the game you were playing before. So what that means is you have everything you had before, and you just got beefier hardware. So it's all good. Okay, so now with the changes. A server crash related to actions was fixed. This is the fixed list. Here's another one that we ran into quite often. Attachments of a gas stove were disappearing upon reconnect. That was huge. That's been fixed. In specific cases, the character could not regain the ability to jump and sprint after healing. Wrong buttons appeared next to the character customization menu. Issues with unconsciousness state, falling on steep terrain. Damaged M3 truck wheels were indistinguishable from the pristine wheels, so they're showing the correct graphical damage, or to match the damage values. Occasional graphical glitches that appeared when interacting with the M3S truck side plates. I don't think we ran into that, but whatever that is, I'm glad that's fixed. Glass in the windows of the M3S. M3S truck turned into pristine state after destroyed. The fire barrel could not be attached to the barrel slots in the M3S truck. That's apparently been fixed. Empty gaps in ghost inventory slots when attaching a barrel or crate to the M3S truck. We did see that in a couple of our examples. By the way, if you are trying to attach a barrel and you cannot, it has to be an open barrel. And to do that, you're going to open the barrel next to the truck and then use vicinity on either of the platforms and then drag it over into that inventory, and that appears to fix it as well. Okay, empty gaps in ghost inventory slots when attaching. Yep. It was not possible to stop the car engine in specific cases. That's something we didn't run into, but that's cool because it can conserve your gasoline, which can be kind of hard to come by later on. Dude, we're way further out than I thought we were. That's okay. That's okay. We'll head up to town. Oh, watch, I'll probably get clocked while I'm trying to read this to you. Hopefully I'm not drifting up my site there. Oh, of course I'm freezing. Of course! The occasional issue... I'm sorry. Was not able to stop the car. This says the engine damage point from water level on the M3S engine was too low, causing the vehicle to be damaged in more cases than it should have been. An occasional issue with the screen getting darker after respawning. That was just a leftover of the effects of the unconscious or the shock effect. I think this is what they're calling it. An exploit for fast cooking using smoking slots. Broken reflectors on the Sarka, which I believe are the side panels, but I'm not entirely sure. Could be a language difference thing. Could not be seen unless you open the trunk of the car. Liquid could be poured or drained from closed barrels. Actions for draining and pouring liquids could not be switched while in prone. It was possible to build a territory flagpole with 3 long wooden sticks. Changed. The wetness of an item no longer affects its weight. Improved the off-road performance of the ADA. Lowered the transfer of damage from reflectors to surrounding zones on the Sarka. Again, I think that's some sort of side panel. The player should not be able to look at the car and be able to stop the engine. The player should not look at the car to be able to stop the engine. It's like a double negative. What I think they're saying is, when you're in third person, you don't necessarily have to be looking at the ignition switch for it to turn on or off. I believe that's what that is. Most cars have that interaction, so basically it's in line with what has been done in the past. So, and one of the things that are known issues are items won't get wet during the rain. I will take that. That's kind of a bonus for us. As you know how brutal the temperature can be. By the way, if you are doing temperature, if you are playing and you're coming back from a long hiatus, please note that all items now have a installation value, and it does go up or down with the quality of the item. So I'm badly damaged. This can go all the way up to best if I repair it, and also the condition of wetness can affect that greatly. So you see how my temperature right now, even though I'm indoors, is blue. That means I'm going to burn food and water much faster. So just keep an eye on that. That's definitely a huge gotcha for a lot of players that have come back. And if you were playing in 109 and it had stopped playing, just know that the loot is back and it is spawning on a regular basis. If you're a semi-new player overall, just know that scarcity is a big part of this game, and it is a hardcore survival. So just because you go to an area and you find, or there could be potentially higher end loot, doesn't mean you'll always get that said loot. Again, scarcity and all that. Survival, hardcore survival. Do you like this hat right here? I'm going to pick that up because I know it has great installation value. Okay, let's see. So loot is back now. Some of the other gotchas. Server performance has been a thing on all platforms. Let me explain that just a little bit further. What that means is, when it's high population, or I should say before the hotfix, and this is one of the things we are going to test, high population servers and driving didn't really mix before the hot patch, so we're going to see if that remedies that. We do know that when we tested this in experimental a few weeks back, the driving was quite exceptional, considering what it's been in the past. Is it perfect? No. But compared to what we've been dealing with, man, it was a whole lot better. But during the live branch release, if you were on a server that had high population, it would degrade quite rapidly and make it extremely difficult, if not impossible, to drive almost anything, even if you were on a PS5 or a Series X. Now, we're hoping that they fix that, because they have done a server update and a maintenance, and now we're on Hotfix 1. So again, that's something we'll be testing as we do play on official servers. So just know, kind of be cautious is what I'm saying. If you've got a vehicle or a truck and it starts to go around high population, just assume that you can't control it until you can actually, verify whether or not that's happening. And again, if you have a person that has a PS4 or an Xbox One out of your group, make sure they're driving. It'll give you a better... It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to give you a better chance of surviving the weird lag throws into items, people, trees, that sort of thing. Actually, no, not be dragging all the zombies. Also, same thing with the next generation console, since you can play with everybody else. PS5 can play with PlayStation 4 players. Same thing. If you have the option and one of your players in your group has a PS5 or a Series X or S, have them drive. You have better chances of surviving the thing in general. So keep that in mind. Little pro tip. That's if the servers are running correctly. We could still have the issues with performance during high population. So just keep a lookout. I'm hoping for the best here, because if it was anything like our experimental version, it was really, really good. And we were kind of hoping that would be the case for the live branch. But again, fingers crossed, we'll be testing it. Let's see some of the other gotchas that we got out there. The pot stuff appears to be fixed. And I think that might be it. I think I got all the way through the notes. Yes, I did. So yeah, we'll be playing this later on today over on official servers. Of course, I'll be playing on the Xbox Series X as I'm doing right now currently. And yeah, we'll be there to answer your questions and test some things out. A lot of times you guys come up with some ideas that we can test that we didn't think of, so that's always helpful when that happens. So if you got some questions, you know, stop on by, say what's up. And yeah, drop a like if you found this useful and helpful. Hopefully we see you in the next video / live stream. And love your bush. See you later. Bye! Did I close the door downstairs? I did not.